afternoon, everybody. This is Rob Johnson with the Straga Media Network, coming to you from Louisville High School, home of the Leopards. As we have a big-time matchup today, we have the Lady Leopards of Louisville taking on the Golden Eagles of Glenoak. Again, I'm Rob Johnson, Straga Media Network. I am joined today by Big Jack Horn. What's up, Jack?
Not a whole lot, I will say. Can you hear me? I assume you can hear me. I will say it is nice to be back home after a big game last night with the boys over at St. Ignatius.
Yeah, it sure was a big game. Boys played well, starting off big, kind of got themselves in a hole, and then fought back to battle back and got it all the way back down to 7 points, but did eventually falling to a perennial powerhouse in St. Ignatius. Today we have the Lady Leopards, though. We have the Lady Leopards. They come into the matchup 4-1 after getting back on the winning side of things and defeating Canfield in a convincing fashion, 47-31. The Lady Leopards were led in scoring by Brooke Heron with 17 points, and Courtney Barwick, who seemed like she was all over the court, finishing with 10. Taylor McCauley, who also had a strong game, had 9 points, and again did it with defense, starting the Lady Leopards off with a big lead and never looked back. For Glenoak, the Eagles come in 1-3, having fallen to Hilliard, Marietta, and Green. Their only victory was on November 24th against the Alliance Aviators, in which they won 54-32. So they're wanting to get back on the winning side of things, and the Eagles are led by Nikayla Gaddison, Reagan Zerger, Caitlin Salmons, just to name a few. But they've had a little bit tough time. They've got a couple injuries that are kind of holding them back. So we're hoping to see a good battle today. Typically, this is a good battle for the matchup. Glenoak holds a 30-23 advantage, although it is 13-12 at Louisville. Lady Leps hoping to even that out. The average score of the matchup is a 49-47, although close, the last 6 matchups have gone to the Eagles. The last time the Leopards won were back in 2012 in an overtime thriller, 59-57 at Glenoak. The Lady Leopards were led that day by Jordan Monett, who had 18 points and scored the only field goal for the Leopards in overtime to help them to victory. So we're just waiting here just a few minutes to get the starting lineups and the pregame ceremonies. The starting lineups for the Lady Eagles will be number 1, Chandler Vaughn. She's a senior. Number 10, Caitlin Salmons. She's a junior. Number 11, Serenity Clark. She's a senior. Nikayla Gaddison. She's a junior. Number 13. And number 23, Reagan Zerger. She's a freshman. For the Lady Leopards, starting number 2, Courtney Barwick. She's a junior. Number 22, Alexis Wasera. She's a senior. Number 24, Brooke Heron. She's a senior. Number 33, Taylor McCauley. She's a sophomore. And number 35, junior Shay Klein. So again, should be a good battle. We're getting ready to kick things off here in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. This is the Straga Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Education and Administration, we welcome you to Louisville High School for today's contest featuring the visiting Glenoak Lady Eagles and the Louisville Leopards. Let's make this contest an enjoyable one by remembering to respect each other and respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Here are today's officials: Scott Lesline, Antonio Fernandez, and Bob Pfeiffer. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you join us as we celebrate the United States of America. The freedoms which we as Americans enjoy have been earned and protected by many brave and dedicated folks. The American flag, our national emblem, has accompanied brave Americans who have fought for our republic as freedom fighters, liberators, and champions of justice for all persons. Before we honor our brave and dedicated American heroes, we ask that you please stand or remove your hats. Gentlemen, after a moment of silent prayer or reflection, we ask that you join us in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce the starters for today's game. For the Glenoak Lady Eagles, led by head coach Paul Lockerley. Here is the starting lineup. Number 1, Chandler Vaughn. Number 11, Serenity Clark. Number 10, Caitlin Sammons. Number 13, McKaylee Gaddison. And number 23, Reagan Zerber. And now the starting lineup for newer Louisville Leopards, led by head coach Dan Moody, assisted by Chad Weaver, Drew Meister, and Tony Baker. Here are the starters for your Leopards. Number 33, Taylor McCullough. 35, Shane Klein. Number 2, Courtney Barwick. 24, Brooke Heron. And number 22, Alexis Rosar.
So now we have the festivities out of the way. Time for tip-off. Again, our starters are Vaughn, Salmons, Clark, Gaddison, and Zerger for the Eagles. For the Lady Leps, it will be Barwick, Wasera, Heron, McCauley, and Klein. Again, should be a battle. If it's anything like the JV game, it's going to be a physical game, as the JV and JV teams kind of banged around a little bit, so should be fun, as it will be Klein tipping it off to Heron. She's going to immediately go to the hoop, gets it taken away by Vaughn. Vaughn up the floor to Clark. Clark back over to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to dribble to the right. She's up top. Dribbles to the right side, and she's going to travel. So the ball will go over to the Lady Leopards. 7:42 here, first quarter, just started the ball game. Barwick will inbound on the side. Gets it into Wasera. Wasera coming up the backcourt. She'll come across the timeline. She's going to cross court pass to Barwick. Barwick back across court to McCauley, to Wasera on the right wing. Cross court to Barwick, pulls for three. Long, no good. Rebounded by Heron. Heron looks, takes it strong to the hole, no good. Rebounded by Barwick. Barwick kicks it out to Wasera up top. In the corner to Barwick. Out to McCauley on the right wing. She's going to dribble left over to Wasera. Wasera brings it back up top and resets. She looks over to Barwick. Inside to Heron, tapped away by Zerger. Zerger's going to come the other way. Up the floor to Vaughn. Vaughn shoots, no good. Rebounded by Klein. Klein gets it off to McCauley, and we're going the other way. Up to Heron. Heron loses it, gets it back. She's going to look, pulls it back out to Wasera. Wasera looks over to Barwick. Barwick inside to Klein. Klein turns, dumps off. A nice play by Klein to Heron, but she's blocked by, I think that's number 13, Nikaylee Gaddison. I'll tell you what, that was a really good look by Klein, as she started to go strong to the hoop and saw Heron streaking to the hoop. So inbound into McCauley. McCauley up top to Wasera. Wasera over in the corner to Barwick, who again pulls for three, long and no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Eagles are going to come the other way, up the floor to Clark. Clark dribbles, gets it inside to Zerger. Nice pass, and back over to Zerger for two, as the Eagles lead 4-0. Or check that, make it 2-0. They got that score up quick. Usually we have time to turn our head here. So Barwick to Wasera. Wasera, 5:58 here, first quarter. Back to Barwick, inside to Klein. She's going to dump it to Heron, fakes, shoots, and she's fouled. So Brooke Heron will go to free throw line and shoot two. 5:51, first quarter. Eagles lead 2-0. That'll be the first foul on Nikaylee Gaddison. That's also the Eagles' first foul. And the first bucket by Heron is good. So that's going to make it 2-1. Brooke Heron chasing history right now. She is chasing the 1,000-point mark and the all-time scoring record. She's hoping to keep it going and get to that place as the Leopards come out in a full-court press. Vaughn picks up her dribble, dumps it inside to Zerger. Nice pass. That's going to make it 2-4 as the Eagles lead here, 5:30 first quarter. Wasera to Barwick, back over to Wasera. Wasera dribbling, looks over to Coach. She'll give it off to Barwick. Barwick back up top to Wasera. with Sarah to McCauley. She streaks to the hoop. Shot up. Good. Nice drive by McCauley. Good pass by Sarah. 4-4, 5-10 here first quarter. Different pace by the Leopards today, as they're very kind of going slow and methodical about things today. Vaughn gonna drive, kicks it out to the corner for three. Off the rim, no good. Ball still bouncing around. McCauley comes away with it. Up to Heron. Heron up to Barwick. Barwick to the hoop. Layup is good. That's gonna make the score 6-4, 4:42 here first quarter. Lady Leopards lead. Zerger dribbling up the backcourt. Gets it across, tapped away by Barwick. She taps it back into Vaughn. Short with Sarah rebounds, and she's going to bring it up the backcourt. She'll pass up the floor to Barwick. Barwick on the left wing, back up top to Sarah. Sarah dribbling left. She's looking. Picks up her dribble. She gets it over to the right side to McCauley for three. Long, no good, and it's going to be tapped out of bounds by number 10, Caitlin Salmons. Checking into the ball game is number 14, Chrissa Hill. As Clark will sit down. Barwick out to Sarah. Sarah back to Barwick. Inside to Heron. They'll kick it over to McCauley. She's going to fake, drives, kicks it to Barwick in the corner for three. Bang! Just like that, Lady Leopards a lead 9-4 with 3:51 first quarter. Zerger up the floor and tapped away by Courtney Barwick. There she is again. She did a lot of that last game, Jack.
Yeah. I will say I do believe that when you knock it out of bounds, it can be strategic because it slows their momentum down.
So here comes Vaughn across the center stripe. They're going to dribble. Dribbles left. Gets it off to Hill. Hill dribbling. Dumps it inside to out to Clark for three. No good. Rebounded by Klein up to McCauley, and she's going to push the action. Here she goes off to Heron. Layup is no good. Rebounded by McCauley. She's going to bring it back out and reset. Kicks it over to Heron, left side. Heron going to drive. Takes it to the hoop. Strong. Layup is good. That's going to make it 11-4, and Brooke Heron will go to the free throw line. That's 4 points for Brooke Heron with 3:10 here in the first quarter, as Lexi Wasara will sit down and Maggie Baker comes into the game. Maggie Baker is a sophomore, and we've got a timeout here on the floor, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. And we're back here at Louisville. 11-4 Lady Leopards. The Leopards are led by Courtney Barwick with 5, Brooke Heron with 4, and Taylor McCauley with 2. For the Lady Eagles, they are led by Reagan Zerger, a freshman, with 4 points.
And it looks like the Eagles are just not having it. That's probably why they called the timeout.
Yeah, they need to readjust and figure out what to do and get it figured out. If you're watching us, chime in. Let us know where you're chiming in from. Give us a hail and give us a like. Looks like Ryan Brailer chimes in. Go Lady Leps. Beat Glenoak.
He must be the Straggett Media super fan at this point.
Well, I know he was at as Brooke Heron gets the free throw, excuse me, as they get it up to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to push the action. She wants to run into the corner to Hill. Hill's going to drive, kicks it back out to Zerger. Zerger dumps it inside, tapped away, and Lady Leps last to touch it out of bounds. Yeah, Mr. Brailer does a pretty good job of keeping tabs on us. Although I did notice he was over at the McKinley game last night. Tell you what, Ryan, you missed a good one up in Cleveland at St. Ignatius. As Hill's going to drive to the right side to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to bring it around. She's going to reset the offense. Dribbles left, takes, kicks it off into the corner, drives, shot, good. That's number 10, Caitlin Salmons for the Eagles. That's her first bucket, and the Lady Eagles have 6, 12-6. Lady Leps. Barwick for 3, off the back rim, no good. Tapped by McCauley, out to Baker. Baker blocked. Rebound by Barwick. Out to Baker. Baker at the top of the circle. Looking into the corner to McCauley for 3, off the back of the rim, no good. Salmons gets it up to Vaughn, to Zerger, and just can't quite make the connection. Nice run, nice look there by Vaughn. She did have Zerger leading the pack, but just couldn't make the connection. So with 2:01, Lady Leps lead 12-6. Baker will bring it across the center stripe. She's looking, dumps it into Heron. Heron's going to turn, take to the hoop. Strong to the hoop, no good. Rebounded by Klein. She loses it, out to Baker for 3. Bang! 15-6 Lady Leopards. 1:42 left here in the first quarter. Hill gets it over to Salmon. She loses it, but gets it back, pushes it up the cross timeline. Double teamed. Gets it over to Zerger. Zerger has it taken away. And back to Zerger, up to Clark. No good. Rebounding. McCauley. McCauley going to push the other way. Dumps it to Heron. Heron takes it strong. Shot no good. Rebounded by Barwick. Barwick kicks it back out to Baker. She'll pull for 3. Off the back rim. No good. Rebounded by Gaddison. And she's going to be called. She's going to be fouled. They're going to call that, I believe, on Brooke Heron. Correction, they called it on Shea Klein. Checking into the ball game for the Leopards is number 11, Mabel Kiko, number 15, Lily Lab, and number 22, Lexi Wasera. Nice play by Wasera, almost knocking that ball away. Zerger over to Vaughn. Vaughn up the floor to Clark. Clark dribbling. She's going to turn, takes to the hoop, dumps it out to Hill for 3. Rims out, no good. And it's going to be last touched by Lab. So with 44.2 seconds left, it will be Glenoak ball on the baseline. They get it into Zerger. She's going to pull for 2. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wasera. Wasera gets it to Kiko. Kiko back to Wasera. Up the floor to Barwick. Barwick dribbling. Up top to Wasera. 29 seconds left here first quarter. Lady Leps lead 15-6. Wasera back over to Barwick. Back to Wasera top. Wasera's going to dribble right. She's looking. Trying to find somebody to pop open. Over to Barwick. Barwick cross court to Lab. Lab back to Wasera. Got to pull for a deep 3 off the front of the rim. No good, and that's the buzzer. So 15-6. Lady Leopards lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after this. This is the Straga Media Network. And we're back here at Louisville. Lady Leps lead 15-6. Pretty nice crowd here so far on the home side here. Noticed former coach Jeff Kudo, Lady Leopards coach, is here today in attendance, checking out his former team, supporting the Lady Leps. Always good to see Coach whenever he stops through. So the Golden Eagles will get possession first here in the second quarter. That's going to be Clark to Vaughn. Vaughn across the center stripe. She's going to dribble, drives, dumps it inside to Gaddison, and she gets the bucket. 15-8. Lady Leps. That is Gaddison's first bucket of the ball game. New to the ball game is Layla Barrett. She's a junior, number 2, with Sarah. Gets it over to Barwick and throws it away. A little high for Barwick. Little shout out from Guy Gadone. Nice first quarter on both ends of the floor by our Lady Leps. As Lady Leps able to steal that one with Sarah. Gets it off to Klein. Klein over to McCauley. McCauley over to with Sarah. She'll push it up over center court. And they'll reset. Well, Sarah picks up her dribble. She's looking for somebody. McCauley comes up and takes the ball. She'll dribble into the corner. Over to Barwick on the left wing to Heron. Back over to McCauley. Inside, they tried to force it to Klein and taken away by Glenoak, but Glenoak steps out of bounds. That's Nikaylee Gaddison stepping on the baseline. 6:40, second quarter. Again, Lady Leopards lead, 15-8. Barwick to inbound on the baseline. She's looking, throws it into Wissera. Wissera drives, dumps it off to Heron for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by McCauley. McCauley dumps it back over to Heron. Strong to the hoop. Shot is good. 17-8, Lady Leps. And it's going to be tapped away, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Heron. So with 6:24, Glenoak will inbound on the side. That is the first team foul, Heron's first foul of the ball game. So Glenoak will get it into Vaughn. Vaughn picked up in the backcourt by Wissera and McCauley. Able to get it across up to Zerger. Wide open is Gaddison. She blew the layup. Rebounded by Klein up to McCauley to Heron. Heron's going to take it strong. And they're going to get a blocking foul on Glenoak. That's on number 11, Serenity Clark. So the Leopards will get the ball back with 6:06 here, second quarter. That'll be the first foul on Clark. Outside to Heron, bang! That's a 3 ball, 28, Lady Leps. Barrett to Zerger. Zerger bringing it up the backcourt. She's picked up, double team. Able to get it back over to Barrett. Into the corner, Vaughn for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Clark. Shot up is good. Nice follow by number 13, Nikaylee Gaddison. So that's 4 points for Gaddison, 10 points for the Lady Eagles, 20-10. Lady Leps lead. Corner pass, almost threw it away again to Barwick. Back to Wissera. Wissera's going to dribble. She's top of the circle into Heron. Heron's going to turn, take to the hoop. Strong turn, no good. Not sure if I like that shot selection, as she had 4 people on her. Barrett takes to the hole, and she's fouled. Ryan Brailer chiming in. Another strong start for the Lady Leps. Coach Wackerly is one of the best. He tried to show something different on D. Love the way the Leps adjusted and are taking open jumpers. And he said the reason he wasn't at Louisville, he's a McKinley alum, and his adopted team is Louisville since he does some work uptown now out of the loop. And he has some love for his former classmate and new McKinley coach, Sean Spoon Weatherspoon. Has nice play by Maggie Baker. And they've got a 3-second call on Glenoak, so the ball will go over to Louisville. 20-10, Lady Leopards lead, 4:56. Baker across the timeline. She's looking. Also checked into the ball game was Riley Walters, number 25, shot for 3, no good. Rebounded Glenoak as Vaughn will push the other way. Kicks it to Barrett. Barrett for 3, shot back to the rim, no good. Tapped out by the Leopards, and Heron diving onto the floor. And waiting to see what the call is. I believe they called her for traveling. So the ball's going to go to Glenoak. Zerger to Vaughn. Vaughn coming up across the backcourt. She's dribbling, guarded tightly by Baker. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Klein. She gets it over to McCauley. Deep pass to Walters. Walters going to the hoop, and she's going to be fouled. So Walters will go to the free throw line with 4:22 left here, second quarter.
That one looked like it hurt too.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong foul to say the least. But Walters is a pretty tough young lady, so she's used to diving around on the gym floor. She's also a very strong member of our Lady Leopards volleyball team. As we had a very good Lady Leopards volleyball team. She was just one small part of that team, but she, along with Taylor McCauley and Brooke Heron, were on that team. Vaughn dumps it off, shot up, good. It's going to make it 21-12, Lady Leopards. That shot was made by Canna Belts, number 25. Baker gets it to Heron, back out to Baker. She thought about the 3. Dumps it inside to Klein. She's going to back down, takes it, dumps it into the corner for Walters for 3. Short, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Up the floor to Belts. Belts is going to dribble, takes. And she's going to get called for charging. Nice play by Brooke Heron as she got set and took the charge with 3:44. That's the 3rd team foul on Glenoak and the 1st one on Belts. So Walters will inbound. She'll get it to Baker. Baker walking it up the backcourt. 3:41. She's looking, gets it to Heron. Heron's going to turn and shoot. Shot good. 23-12. Lady Leps, 3:28. Second quarter. Vaughn pushing the action, and they're going to get a call on Taylor McCauley. That's going to be Taylor's first foul and the Leopards' 3rd team foul. So Zerger gets it into Vaughn. Vaughn dribbles to the left. She's trying to figure a way to get it across the center stripe, and she does. Gets it over to Barrett. Barrett dribbling. She's going to dump it inside and tapped away by Klein. Baker up the floor to Heron. Heron shot up, rolls in. 25-12, Lady Leopards, 3:02, second quarter. Zerger to Barrett. Barrett back to Zerger. Zerger going to get it over to Vaughn. She's going to fake, dribbles, drives, shoots, shot up. Rims off, no good. Heron able to get it up to Klein, to Baker. Baker dribbling. She's going to pull it out, back to Heron. Heron, almost a travel there. She was able to keep that pivot foot somehow on the floor. Baker for 3, bang! 28-12, Lady Leps. 2.24 left in this second quarter. Lady Leopard's rolling right now, and that's going to be a foul on Riley Walters. That'll be Riley's first foul of the ball game. That'll be 4 on the Lady Leps, as we've got mass substitutions coming in for the Leps. 11 Mabel Kiko, 15 Lily Lab, 2 Courtney Barwick. So Kiko, Lab, with Sarah, Barwick, and Heron on the floor for the Leopards. We've got Salmons, Vaughn, Barrett, Belts, and Chester on the floor. And Vaughn just sat down, and Hill comes into the game for the Eagles. So Barrett gets the ball. She's dribbling. She's double teamed. And she's in trouble. Gets it off to Hill. Hill looks, dribbles over to Barrett. Barrett again is double teamed, tapped away. Nice play by Sarah. And out of bounds, so the ball's going to stay with Glenoak with 2:01 here left in the first half. Salmons gets to Barrett. Barrett's going to pull for 3. Bang! 28-15. Lady Leopards lead. 1:50 left here in the first half. With Sarah bringing it across the backcourt. She's going to come to the left side. Into Heron. Heron looks into the corner to Barwick. Pulls for 3. Bang! Just like that, 31-15. Barwick answers. Nice look by Heron to find her in the corner. As Salmons brings it up, gets it over to, almost a travel there. Gets it to Barrett. Barrett gonna drive, takes it to the hoop, dumps it off, and we're gonna get a foul. I'm not sure if Mabel was pointing at Lily Lab and said call it on her, Mabel Kiko, or if she patted her on the back. But irregardless, the foul's on Lily Lab. First shot, no good. Second shot, up and good. So 31-16, 1:16 here. Kiko to Wasera. Cross midcourt, over to Lab. Lab to Wasera to Barwick. Barwick back up top to Wasera. Lady Leps taking their time. Off to Barwick, back to Wasera. Back over to Barwick. Wasera over to Lab. Lab's gonna dribble, dumps it inside to Kiko, and they throw it away. Heron dives to the floor, and we're gonna get a jump ball with 38.1 seconds left. That is Barwick on the side. She'll throw it in, looking, throws it backcourt to Heron. Heron's gonna walk it up across the center stripe over to Wasera. She's gonna turn, spins, picks up her dribble, and they're gonna call her for a travel. Actually, take that away, they called a timeout. So with 27 seconds, Coach Moody wants to have a conversation. Maybe set something up for the final shot here. It's been quite a battle in the first half. Lady Leopards rolling.
Tell me about it.
So we've got a long day here, me and Big Jack Horn, as we're doing this game here between the Lady Leps and the Lady Eagles. Then off to Springfield for the Holiday Classic up there, as the program, the boys basketball team, will be taking on Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders at 7 p.m. So wish us safe travels as we make that journey, but looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully we're not driving through rush hour traffic. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that was a little hairy, wasn't it, Jack?
Don't get me started.
So here we go. Barwick to inbound. Looking, backcourt to Heron. 26 seconds. 23 seconds. Heron across the center stripe, just taking her time. Holding for the last shot. She's going to dribble. She's guarded by Belts. Picks up her dribble. Gets it off to Wissera. Wissera looking. 2 seconds, 1 second. And they're not going to get a shot off as the Glenoak played a nice defensive effort there at the end. So that's how we're going to finish the first half as the Lady Leopards lead 31-16. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in just a little bit. This is the Dragon Media Network.
Did you know that when you invest in your smile, you're investing back into your Stark County community? Welcome to Thomas Dental. My name's Tanya. I'm Dr. Mike's practice manager. Every day, we're investing back into our community. Here are just a few of our community efforts. Here at Thomas Dental, our mission is bringing smiles back to our community, one smile at a time.
Techniques with Tori, located at 133 East Main Street, Louisville, Ohio. Call today, 330-573-4580.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
It was the 1947-48 school year, and according to information in the LHS yearbook, the Muir yearbook staff struggled to find descriptions for the Blue Raider symbol, which is what represented Louisville High School. They brainstormed multiple options, looked at various symbols and descriptive words, and created a display of different options for students to examine. It was time to vote on the future mascot. Student voting took place during a 7th period class at Louisville High School, and by a vote of 317 to 177, the Leopard was selected. More feared and more intelligent than the lion or tiger. Vicious, graceful, leaps, hard bite, and full of fight. Here we are, 75 years later, a special anniversary year for our district. And in 1948, students at LHS that decided the future of this district would have a leopard mascot, and the community has embraced it.
And this is when the moments turn to memories, and this is when the future gets so clear to see, and this is when tonight becomes a masterpiece, and this is when the
And we're back here at Louisville. Here at halftime. Lady Leopards lead 31-16. As Lady Leopards had a nice start to the ball game today. After Brooke Heron started with 14, Courtney Barwick with 8, Maggie Baker with 6, and Taylor McCauley 2, and Riley Walters with 1. For the Eagles, I believe Reagan Zerger has 6. You'll have to bear with me. They just took the scoring down. Belts has 2. Barrett has 2 or 3. Salmons has 2. So bear with us a little bit. Still trying to get some information here. Over between Jackson and Green, Jackson 51, Green 40, that's a final. Lake and Perry, Lake is 64, Perry's 40, that's the Lady Blue Streaks. They're now 5-0. So some good games around the area. I know that the Lady Dukes are playing right now. I haven't heard a score from over there yet, as that's one of our other Stragan Media Network games today.
Big day for us over here, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, in case you didn't hear us earlier, we're doing the Lady Leopards, then packing up shop and headed to Springfield to do the boys game tonight at 7 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun, a lot of Leopard basketball today, and I'm excited to see the matchup tonight. Boys played a tough one last night. They fell to St. Ignatius, who's a perennial powerhouse here in the area, Northeast Ohio, and they started off early well, kind of had a fall off in the second quarter, able to come back in the fourth, bring it all the way back to 6 or 7 with 2 minutes to go, but just couldn't quite finish it off. Ran into some foul trouble at the end, and looks like the boys are over here. I see Hayden Nigro in warm-ups as they're getting ready to head north here momentarily. So we've still got about a little bit before they ship off, but good to see those guys getting ready to go.
Well, for them, I gotta say, I mean, they might be a little down from last night, but
Easy way.
You can either stay where you're at or you can bounce back.
Well, easy way to make things better is get out there and work your butt off and win the next one.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a quarterback throwing an interception. You just got to forget about it and move on. Learn from your mistakes. So, as the two teams warm up, we've got about a minute and a half before they kick it off. I see newly commit to Akron University, thrower and volleyball star here for Louisville, Sloan Seipolt in the house.
Ah, yes, the ice cold killer.
Yeah, she's
Forgotten about that.
She's quite a heck of a volleyball player and state qualifier in track and field as a thrower. So we're excited to see what she's going to do this year as the teams get ready to come back out onto the floor. Couple Leopard former greats here in the crowd as well. We've got Bob Burek, Brian Beatty, and Matt Baker, former Leopard football stars and multiple athlete stars.
I like Beatty's shirt. It says "Don't Stop Believing." And it's got a picture of Santa on it.
Amen. Amen. Another update, Canton McKinley 46, North Canton Hoover 35. These are girls' scores. As the teams come back to the floor, we've got Klein, Barwick, Heron, McCauley, and Wissera for the Leopards. Zerger, Barrett, Vaughn, Salmon, and Gaddison for the Eagles. So Vaughn gets it up to Salmon. Salmon to Barrett. Barrett's going to drive. Has it taken away by Barwick. Barwick is going to bring it up the backcourt. Up the floor to Heron. Heron's going to turn, drives, and she's going to be fouled. And I believe they called that on Barrett, and they did. That's her second foul of the ball game. That's the first foul for the Eagles. So Barwick will inbound. Long pass out top to Wissera, over to McCauley for three. Bang! Nice way to start off the second half here. McCauley has 5 points. That makes it 34-16 as here come the Eagles. And pass inside, shot is no good, and nice try by Lexi Wissera to try and get back inbounds, but just hadn't reestablished herself yet. So 7:22, Eagles to inbound. They get it into Vaughn. Vaughn to Barrett. Barrett dribbles, shifts the other way, shot up for two. No good, rebounded by Gaddison, and she's fouled. So Gaddison will go to the free throw line. That is Klein's third foul of the ball game. Leopard's first in this quarter. First shot, rims out, no good. So Gaddison will dribble, shot up. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Salmon. Kicks it back out to Barrett. She's going to dribble. She's going to spin, fakes, dumps it inside. Gaddison, no good. Rebounded by Zerger. Zerger's going to kick it off to Vaughn. Vaughn for two. Shot's good. 34-18, 6:57 third quarter. Barrett coming the other way. Or Barwick, excuse me. Barwick, cross court to McCauley. McCauley for three. Bang! 37-18, 6:44, Lady Leopards. Taylor McCauley with 8 points in the ball game. Zerger, center stripe, stolen by Wissera, saves it to Barwick. Barwick loses it, picks it up, loses it again. Barrett coming the other way. She's going to pull for three. Shot off, no good. Rebounded by the Leopards, and she's going to be fouled. So the Lady Leopards will keep the ball, leading 37-18, 6:21, third quarter. Barwick walking it across the center stripe. She's picked up tightly by Salmon. She's going to push, takes, drives, shot up. Shot's long, no good. Rebounded by Zerger. Zerger gets it over to Salmon. Salmon up the floor to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to push, kicks it off to Zerger. Zerger pulls for two, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Gaddison, and her follow is good. It's going to make it 37-20. Lady Leopards lead, 5:38, third quarter. Wissera dribbles, tried to get it off to Barwick, loses it, picked up by Salmon, stolen by Wissera. She's going to take it, gets it off to Barwick, who takes it to the hoop. Layup is good. 39-20, 5:19. That's 10 points for Courtney Barwick. Barrett gets it up to Vaughn. Vaughn going to push, pulls for two, shot up, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Klein, up to Heron, to Barwick. Barwick going to challenge, takes it to the hoop. Layup is good. 12 points for Courtney Barwick, and Glenoak wants a timeout as the Lady Leopards extend their lead 41-20 with 4:58 left here, third quarter.
I can understand that timeout, though. This is a pretty dangerous situation for the Golden Eagles to be in.
Yeah, you continue this, it could turn into a blowout real quick if you don't stop that Leopard momentum. In case you're wondering, I am Rob Johnson. I'm co-piloted today by Jack Horn, Big Jack Horn.
Hello, everybody.
So we've got Lady Leopards here against the Glenoak Golden Eagles. Last time the Lady Leopards defeated the Golden Eagles was back in 2012, so they're trying to end that drought and tie up the series here at home at 13 apiece.
Definitely not an opponent you'd want to underestimate, though, that's for sure.
No, they are very quick. As we've got a new arrival to the ball game, number 11, Serenity Clark, and number 14, Chrissa Hill. So coming up the backcourt is Barrett. She's going to get it up the floor to Gaddison. Gaddison takes it strong to the hoop. Layup is good. 41-22. Leopards lead, 4:45 here, third quarter. Baker dribbles, guarded by Vaughn. She spins, gets it off to Heron. Heron looking. She's going to dribble, dumps it to Baker in the corner. Baker bringing it back out top. Nice pass. Barwick just couldn't hold. Sorry, guys. I was trying to say Barwick just didn't quite handle it, and Barrett was coming the other way, so, but they throw it out of bounds, and the Leopards will retain possession. Klein to Barwick. Barwick brings it up the backcourt. Barwick pulls for three. Bang! 44-22. Courtney Barwick just stepped into that and just let loose. Ice intervenes there. Tapped away by Baker. Baker up the floor to Heron. Heron takes to the hoop. Layup is good. 46-22. Lady Leopards lead. That's 16 for Heron. 3:53 here in the ball game in the third quarter. Clark dribbles, gets it up across the timeline to Hill. Hill looks, gets it off to Vaughn. Vaughn over to the right side to Barrett on the right wing. Stolen by Heron. Heron gets it off to Baker. Baker brings it across the center stripe. Gets it over to McCauley. McCauley on the right wing. She dribbles and throws it away. Saved by Klein to Heron. Heron's going to turn, take to the hoop. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Barwick. Barwick is going to be fouled. It's going to be the third foul on Barrett and the third foul on the Eagles. As Belts and I believe that's Zerger checked back into the ball game.
She's going to have to watch herself then, so she doesn't get thrown out.
So Barwick to inbound, looking, gets it into Wissera. She's going to dribble and hand off to Heron. Heron looking for a clear out. She's guarded by Zerger. I must have called Heron for a travel. So 46-22. Lady Leopards lead, 2:51, third quarter. Belts almost knocked away by Wissera. Belts cross court to Gaddison. Gaddison dribbles on the right side, dumps it inside for Zerger. Zerger able to catch it and make the bucket. It's going to be 46-22. Wissera coming the other way. Barwick on the right wing. She's going to dribble, fakes, drives, takes to the hoop, stops, kicks it back out to Heron. Heron's going to pull for three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Zerger. She'll go back to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to push the action the other way. Finds Gaddison, and she's going to be absolutely mauled by Mabel Kiko. She got Kiko up in the air, and Mabel had nowhere to go but down. So Gaddison will go to the free throw line. Lady Leps lead 46-24, 2-11. First shot is no good. Second shot, up, rolls in and good. 46-24, Lady Leps. Kiko into Wasera. Wasera dribbles up the backcourt, spins, guarded tightly by Vaughn. She's going to push, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Moody, as it looks like McCauley and Walters will check in.
Louisville.
When they were shooting over there, it almost looked like they were, like, I think it was Barwick over there. It almost looked like she was checking to see if they were going to do a substitution. So 46-25, Lady Leps.
Playing a good ball game today.
Absolutely.
See the coaching staff over in the corner there for the boys team as they're preparing to take off to Springfield. Lady Leps come back to the floor with Walters, with Sarah, Kiko, Heron, and McCauley. For the Eagles, they've got Vaughn, Zerger, Gaddison, Belts, and Clark. With Sarah gets it into Walters. She'll bring it up center court. Over to Heron. Heron's going to look, fakes, drives, backs it back out, up top to McCauley, over to Kiko. Kiko dribbles, gets it off to Walters. Walters going to drive, dumps it to McCauley, top of the circle. McCauley stolen by Belts, but McCauley able to retrieve it. With Sarah to Heron. Heron back to Wasera. She's going to fakes, give it off to McCauley. McCauley to Walters, right wing, inside to Kiko. Kiko tapped away, gives it off to Heron. Heron gonna dribble, brings it back up top. They'll reset. Heron over to the right side on the right wing to Walters. Walters gonna drive, tried to get it over to Heron in the corner and kicked away by the Eagles. 1:07 left here, third quarter. Lady Leopards lead 46-25. With Sarah to inbound to Walters. Walters looks. She's going to turn, dribbles, dumps it out to Heron. Heron going to back it back out. Taking their good old time here. Walters. She'll give it off to Kiko. Over to Heron on the left wing. Up top to McCauley. McCauley gives it to Kiko. Kiko fakes. And she's going to be fouled by Gaddison. So with 41.9 seconds left,
Number 13.
Lady Leps will inbound on the side
Her second.
into Kiko. Kiko off to McCauley. Nice look inside to Wasera. Back out top to Heron for three. Rims out, no good. Rebound's going to be tapped, and Kiko's going to travel. She was trying to save the ball, stay in bounds, and get it to a teammate, but wasn't anybody safe to get it to, so she just ended up falling out of bounds. So here comes Clark, across the timeline, stolen and out by Wasera, but she stepped on the line, so it will stay Glenoak ball. Serenity Clark to inbound. She'll get it in the backcourt to Vaughn. She'll bring it across the timeline. Guarded by Wasera. She's going to take to the hoop. Shot up. Nice take. 46-27. Lady Leps lead. 15 seconds left here. Gets it over to Heron. Heron to McCauley. McCauley going to dribble, drives, dumps it off to Heron. Heron takes to the hoop. Shot up, no good. And it's going to be a foul on Riley Walters. So with 3.1 seconds left, Glenoak will get the ball on the baseline. They'll try to go full court for the shot. Up to Clark, off to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to get a shot, and no good. So that's how we'll end the third quarter. 46-27, Lady Leps lead. So we'll take a quick breather, and we'll be right back after this.
Hello. Did you know that when you invest in your smile, you're investing back into your Stark County community? Welcome to Thomas Dental. My name's Tanya. I'm Dr. Mike's practice manager. Every day, we're investing back into our community. Here are just a few of our community efforts. Here at Thomas Dental, our mission is bringing smiles back to our community, one smile at a time.
And we're back here at Louisville, getting ready for the fourth quarter. 46-27, Lady Leopards lead. Lady Leopards are led today by Brooke Heron, Courtney Barwick, and Taylor McCauley. Heron with 16, Barwick with 15, and McCauley with 8. Although McCauley's been all over the floor today, rebounding, tapping the ball away. So has Wasera.
Well, I mean, you want those well-rounded players on your team, though.
Absolutely, Jack. You need the ones that get dirty. Just like the offensive lineman on a football team.
Exactly.
So inbound to McCauley. She'll walk it up the backcourt, cross the center stripe. Into Klein. Klein on the right wing, dumps it into Heron just a little bit out in front. Nice look by Klein for Heron, but just couldn't make the connection. 46-27, Lady Leps. They get it up to Barrett. She's going to push. She's picked up by Barwick. Kicks it in the corner to Clark for 3. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by Klein. She's going to dump it up to Heron. Long pass to Barwick. To Wasera, back to Barwick for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Salmon. Salmon to push up the floor to Barrett. Pulls for 2. Shot good. Nice shot by number 2, Layla Barrett. And it's going to be thrown away by the Lady Leps. So with 7:13 left in this ball game, Glenoak going to try to make a run back at it. They've got a hill to climb. Barrett dribbles, spins, pulls it back out, dumps it in the corner to Zerger. Zerger for 3, no good. Rebounded by Clark. Clark takes strong to the hoop. Layup's good. 46-31. Lady Leopards. 6:49. Heron brings it across the center stripe. She's going to take to the hoop. Layup. Good. 48-31. Lady Leps. 6:40 left, fourth quarter. That's 18 for Heron. Clark in the corner for 3. Rims out. Rebounded by Klein. Klein going to get it up the floor to Heron. To Barwick up the floor. Barwick takes it to the hoop. Layup is good. It's going to be 17 for Barwick, 50 for the Lady Leopards. They lead 50-31. I'll tell you what, the Lady Leopards are very unselfish. They look for their teammates about as good as anybody. Salmon for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barwick, and she's going to be fouled.
Well, selfish is the last thing you want on a team sport.
Absolutely, Jack. So that is 4 fouls for Layla Barrett. So Barwick to inbound. She's going to get it to McCauley. She's picked up by Salmon. McCauley's going to push, cross the timeline, dribbles, dumps it into Klein, who takes it, blocked. Nice block there by Glenoak. Wasera able to track it down, gets it over to Barwick on the left side. Dumps it to McCauley, takes it strong to the hoop. Layup is good. Nice take by Taylor McCauley. She's got 10 points Lady Leopards 52-31. Barrett gonna dribble, drives, takes it to the hoop, shot up, good. Nice take by Layla Barrett. She has 5 points. Make that 7. 5:21 left here, fourth quarter. Barwick gets it to Klein. Klein turns and looks, dumps it into Heron, tapped away and out of bounds off of Glenoak. Lady Leps will retain possession.
Substitutions, number 12,
So substitution into the ball game
number 3, Elena Hill.
will be number 4, Violet Lab for the Lady Leps.
4, Violet Lab, now on the court.
She gets the ball, turns, looks, fakes, spins, gets it out to Wissera. Wissera dribbles. Also in for Glenoak is Elena Hill. Klein dumps it into Lab. Lab takes strong to the hoop and she'll be fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line with 4:52 left here.
Shooting foul called on number 10, Caitlin Salmons.
That was Caitlin Salmons with the foul.
Foul line.
Lab shoots it, no good.
Maybe this isn't the time to say it, but I do feel like this has been a relatively clean game for the most part.
Absolutely, Jack. So second shot is good. That'll give Violet 1 and the Lady Leopards 53-33. They lead here, 4:48. Shot up is good. That was Vaughn.
Number 1, Shakira Vaughn.
She has 6. 53-35. 4:32. And tapped away by number 33, Michaela Salmons, who just checked into the ball game. And substitution for the Eagles also will be number 14, Chrissa Hill, as they start to clear their bench here for the Eagles. Tranike Lepore, bear with me, into the ball game for the Eagles. They'll get it out to Hill on the right wing. She's going to dribble, gets it back to Lepore. She fakes, dumps it to Clark, and she'll lose it out of bounds, so the ball will go over to Louisville. Checking in for Shea Klein is number 3, Reagan Berry, as we start to see some more substitutions for the Lady Leps. Barwick coming across the timeline to Wissera, and thrown away. Here comes the Eagles, dumps it over to Hill. Hill's going to take it to the hoop. Layup is good. 53-37, 3:50 left here in the ball game. Courtney Barwick dribbles, gets it over to Violet Lab, inside to Heron. Heron's going to turn, shoots, and she's going to be fouled. Oh, they're going to say that she was partially blocked, so no foul. Ball's going to stay with the Leopards, though. 3:37. Lab looks inside to Heron. Heron's going to turn and shoot. Shot is up, and she has 20 in the ball game. 55-37, 3:30 left here in the ball game. Glenoak coming the other way. Lepore dumps it off, takes strong to the hole, and Salmons, Michaela Salmons, will be fouled. Michaela, a sophomore. So with 3:21 left here in the ball game, Eagles will shoot. Courtney Barwick with the foul. That is the first foul for Courtney. So Brooke Heron will sit down with 20. Her day is more than likely done. 55-37. Shot up, air ball, no good, and that's going to be Leopard ball. So the Lady Leopards with Sarah will inbound. Maggie Baker, who just checked in for Heron, come across the timeline. She turns, spins. She'll give it off to Barwick. Barwick looking, dribbles, fakes, drives to the hoop, and she's going to be fouled by Lepore. 3:08 left in this ball game. That's the third foul on the Eagles and the first foul on Lepore. So Barwick will go to the free throw line. Shot up. Good. It's going to be 18 for Barwick, as set to check in will be Sammy Beatty, number 10. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Glenoak. They're going to push the other way. Nice stop by Barry. Over to Lepore, across the timeline, up the floor into the corner. Shot for three. Rims off, no good. Rebounded by Barry. She's going to get it to Baker. Baker coming up the floor, 2:49, fourth quarter. In the corner to Barwick. Barwick's going to look, turns, spins, drives baseline, takes it, and she's fouled. So that's going to make it 58-37. Barwick with 20 as well, and she'll go to the free throw line. Number 11, Mabel Kiko checks in for number 22, Lexi with Sarah. Shot up is good. And Courtney Barwick will sit down with 21. So I imagine we'll start to see some mass substitutions for the Leopards.
Seems we had a timeout.
So quite a ball game by the Lady Leps as they jumped out and just took the big lead and just kept on going, put the pedal to the metal and rolled on through. We had a lot of fun bringing you the game today.
It's been a lot of fun being here.
Absolutely, Jack.
Watching a great game, all things considered.
So I want to thank everybody for coming on with us. We've had a lot of fun. Thanks for all the shout outs. After this game, we'll be packing up and heading out to Springfield for the Holiday Classic up there. The boys basketball team, the program, will be taking on Kent Roosevelt, the Rough Riders. That game will be at 7 o'clock tonight as Lepore dumps it in to the new arrival, number 22, Addison Ham. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Hill. And Lepore double dribbles. So with 2:19 left in this ball game, Lady Leopards lead 59-37 here in the fourth quarter. Baker gets it into Beatty. Beatty will come up the backcourt. She'll dump it off to Kiko. Kiko dribbles, gets it over to Violet Lab. She loses it, and it's going to go out of bounds. That'll make it Glenoak ball. So Ham will inbound to Lepore. Lepore across center stripe. She dribbles, looks, fakes, switches, loses it, and gets it back. And then she's going to retain possession because it was last touched by Maggie Baker. Into Lepore, gets it to Hill. They're going to throw it away, and Lady Leopards ball. So with 1:58, 59-37, Lady Leps. Baker into Beatty. Beatty walks up the backcourt. They'll take the time. I'm sure they'll work some clock here. Beatty picks up her dribble, gets it off to Kiko. Kiko tried to dump it inside, Lab backed out, and here comes Glenoak the other way. Glenoak dumps it inside, stolen by Baker. Baker coming the other way. She'll come across the center stripe with 1:30 left here. Over to Beatty. Beatty's going to dribble, drives, takes it to the hoop, shot up, and one. Nice take by Sammy Beatty. 59-37 Lady Leopards. That's her first bucket of the ball game, and she'll go to the free throw line, making it 61-37. Lady Leps lead. That is the first foul on number 15, Alexis Groves, for Glenoak. Shot up is good. So Beatty has 3, Lady Leopards still rolling. 62-37, 119. Leopard taken to the hoop. She'll be fouled. That's the first foul on Sammy Beatty. Shot up. No good. Second shot. Swish and good. So 62-38. Leopards lead. Beatty brings it across the center stripe. Tried to get it to Beery, and she loses it out of bounds. So with 1:05, we're going the other way. Lepore walks across the center stripe. Just under a minute. She's going to drive to the hole. Nice take. Layup is good. It's going to be 62-40. 51 seconds left. Beatty to Baker. Baker dribbles left side. She spins, takes, shot, no good. Rebound to Glenoak. Glenoak coming the other way. That's Ham. Up to Hill. Hill shot, no good. Rebounded by Kiko. She's going to get it up to Baker. Baker pulls up. Gonna run some clock here. Gets it over to Beatty. Beatty dribbles top. Over to Kiko. Kiko to Baker in the corner. They're gonna run the clock. 20 seconds. 18 seconds. Beery. She's gonna dribble. Loses it. Tapped away by Hill. Hill's gonna go to the hoop. Takes it strong. Layup's no good. Rebounded by Glenoak. Lepore, no good. Rebounded by Beery. And the Lady Leps are going to let the clock run out. And that's how we're going to finish. 62-40 as the Lady Leopards are victorious here at Louisville. We're going to take a quick break for commercial break, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes with the Carrabba's Player of the Game.
Did you know that when you invest in your smile, you're investing back into your Stark County community? Welcome to Thomas Dental. My name's Tanya. I'm Dr. Mike's practice manager. Every day, we're investing back into our community. Here are just a few of our community efforts. Here at Thomas Dental, our mission is bringing smiles back to our community, one smile at a time.
Techniques with Tori. Located at 133 East Main Street, Louisville, Ohio. Call today, 330-573-4580.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
Welcome back to Louisville High School Gym, everybody. Please stand by for the interview for the player of the game.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Rob Johnson with the Straga Media Network, and I am here with our Carrabba's player of the game, Brooke Heron. Congratulations, Brooke. Quite a ball game today.
Thank you.
So you guys came into the ball game definitely with a different kind of pace tonight. What was the plan coming into the game?
Well, knowing Glenoak was going to play, it looked like a 3-2 zone, but it really was a 2-3, but they just extend that middle girl. We knew the game was going to be slow, so we wanted to, all week worked on our zone offense, different quick hitters we could have to pull them out, because at the same point, when you're in a zone, we're not going to rush a shot. We wanted to take as much time as we could to get the best shot to hopefully draw them out, which you saw in the second half. So we kind of wanted to slow the game at first, and then the second half pick up our pace because they went to their man.
Well, I noticed that throughout the game they face guarded you quite a bit with 3 and 4 players. What was your mentality as you got the ball, whether you took it to the hole or try to find an open teammate?
Well, when they do that, they overplay a lot, so I look for back doors, and if not, I like to screen, because then they hedge high and they get a mismatch. And in transition, when you're screening, they get lost. Now, it's hard to face guard sometimes with multiple girls because they get tired, and we were pressing, so we knew we had that to our advantage. But at the same point, just trying to be a good ball handler and get to the open teammates because they are going to double down.
Well, you had a strong performance by Courtney Barwick and Taylor McCauley. Nice to have some help.
Oh, absolutely. Every day in practice, us three are always at a basket together, so we're always shooting together. Every drill that's 3-man drill, we're always together at the basket, so I feel like our chemistry is just there, and whoever's open, we find a way to fight each other.
Well, again, I want to congratulate you guys on a big victory tonight. Congratulate you on being the Carrabba's player of the game.
Thank you.
And I want to thank all of you. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. This is Brooke Heron, our Carrabba's player of the game. All right, and we're back, folks. Lady Leopards victorious today, 62-40, behind a strong performance by Brooke Heron and Courtney Barwick and Taylor McCauley. Plenty other helpers in that. Lexi Wasara.
I really don't think she gets enough credit for what she does. She might not be a high scorer, but she reminds me a lot of Charlie Roberts last year for the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Jack. She really does. She really puts the pressure on their primary ball handler and really forces a lot of turnovers. Also, another one I think that doesn't get a lot of credit is Shay Klein. She does so much down low, getting the rebound, getting it to the outlets, and kind of starting a lot of it. So we're going to take off, finish up what we started here as Lady Leps, again, victorious, 62-40. We're going to pack up and head for Springfield as the boys just left, and we're right behind them to head to Springfield for the Holiday Classic as they will take on the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. So I want to thank Jack Horn for coming on with me today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to thank all of you for joining us. We had a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll catch us here in just a few hours. So this is the Straga Media Network. I'm Rob Johnson, and we'll see you at a gymnasium or stadium near you. Again, this is the Straga Media Network. Have a good afternoon, everybody.